Number 8, we have a function g of x equals a times 3 to the x power. A is bigger than 0, so a is positive. What happens to the function as the value of a increases? So, honestly, I don't really know what would happen unless let's plug in some numbers for a. And I'm going to change g of x to y. I'm more comfortable with that. So y equals, let's go with 2 times 3 to the x power. And then let's compare that to y equals 4 times 3 to the x power. So what happens when a increases from 2 to 4? Basically is what we're trying to figure out. What would happen with the function? So in order to analyze that, I probably need to graph it. So let me go ahead and insert a graph here. And that graph is really big. Let me make that a little smaller. Okay. So I'm going to take this down here. And here's my graph. All right. So I'm going to pick numbers to plug in for x. Let's pick 0. If I plug 0 in for x, 3 to the 0 power is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. So right now I plugged in 0 and I got out 2, 0, 2. I'm going to plug in 1 for x. 3 to the first power is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. So 1, 6. Right there. And then I'm going to plug in, how about maybe I should have plugged in -1. 3 to the -1 power is 1/3. And then 2 times a third is 2/3. So this would be 2/3. So -1 up 2/3 right here. So I think the graph of this is just going to look like that right there. Now the other graph, I'm going to plug in -1. And if I plug in -1, 3 to the -1 power is 1/3. 1/3 times 4 is 4/3. I'm going to plug in 0. 3 to the 0 power is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. I'm going to plug in 1. 3 to the first power is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. So -1, 4/3 here. 0, 4. 1, 12. So I think it's going to look like the green line is still going to approach x equals, it's still going to approach the x-axis, but it's going to go up like this. So what's happening there? And if you look, g of x will increase. They both increase. So we can cross out these answers right here. So basically, which one increases at a faster rate? Well, that obviously would be the green graph, which is the one that has 4 right there. So it looks like if a, which is the number here, compared to 2, the number here, if a is bigger, it's going to grow, it's going to increase at a faster rate. So in this case, your answer is going to be